Hello. The topic that I chose to talk about from this unit is what it means to be a man, and I chose this topic because I find the differences between, for example, my dad and my brothers or my boyfriend to be very interesting. You hear the stories of his childhood, and when he was young, he was taught to follow the stereotype of um, being the man of the house, even when he was like 7 years old. My grandfather had to go to the United States to work. He was taught not to cry, not to feel pain, not to feel bad, and not to give explanations of anything because he wasn't given explanations of anything. Things were just the way they were, and he had to just follow rules and do what he was supposed to do. Um, for my mom, it was exactly the same. And I think that that generation, when they had kids, that we are their kids, they allowed us to start asking questions, questioning why this was this way, why does this rule exist, and I personally think that when they found themselves in the need to explain things to us, they realized that a lot of the things that they were taught didn't really have any justification, or the justification was not good enough, um, or not strong enough. Like the rule wasn't really for their benefit, it was just the rule that existed like a long time ago. So they explained us things in a way that we said, okay, so you're giving me pretty much permission to try out different things. And I consider that in the trying out, we made some mistakes. Um, I personally grew up believing that women were extremely independent and strong, and that we didn't need anybody, and that if we could do it ourselves, then why ask for help, right? So then you are in this duality of I don't need anybody, but at the end I do need somebody, because as human beings we cannot live on our own. We have to share things. It's part of our growth to share, to have patience, to learn how to negotiate, to give in sometimes, to learn to tolerate things, to learn to control ourselves, um, for the sake of somebody else, not always for our own benefit. So it's kind of difficult when you don't really know what you're looking for or what type of man you're looking for, because I remember when I was younger, I wanted a boyfriend that was like like uh, tender but strong, but committed but free, and like romantic but not really, and independent but that he wanted to be with me. And it was like you're asking a man to be whatever you want them to be depending on your mood, and that's something that is a little bit unfair in men. It's a little bit unfair to men, sorry. um, they are what they are, the same way that we as women are what we are. And it was very difficult for me to identify and to understand that what makes me a woman doesn't make me weak, and the fact that I need somebody doesn't make me like an obsessive or needy person. Um, we are who we are. We need to be independent in our own way. But I am a woman, and sometimes I don't really know what I want, and sometimes I can be a little bit dramatic, and I can cry over over nothing. But the fact that I know that that happens to me doesn't limit me. And if I'm being too sensitive one day, then I don't take myself so seriously, and I'm not going to make others like fix my mood, right? And I think when we are able to accept ourselves as women, because I think that a lot of the changes that men have had to endure has been because of feminism, like the wrong feminism. And so in the same way that I can be a little sensitive or too sensitive, men can be a little bit too practical, and sometimes they, instead of like listen to somebody just expressing their feelings, they want to fix it, and they have to learn how to express their feelings because they are like more, let's just solve it, let's just solve the problem. And there's always this joke of it's not what you say but how you say it. I mean, it's all these differences that I think that should be respected and actually embraced, because that's what makes a man and a woman a woman. I don't I don't personally like men that take this femininity too far. I don't like men braiding their beards or plucking their eyebrows. For me, that is a little bit too much. Um, and there has to be a balance. So I think that just by respecting our differences and, as I said, embracing them and just being who we are going to be able to not really redefine genders, just going back to the basics and following our nature. Thank you.